Yo boys, back with another video. Today we're going to be playing Rsham, and this is a type of build that actually just does unhealable damage. Now, if you see my shift to X button, I don't even remember what it's called because I don't pay attention. I think it's Stormkeeper or something. So you're going to stack that with my shift 3 button. I think so. I can't even see my key buttons. The box is so small what I'm watching on. But basically you're clicking that, you're clicking shift 3 on my, just look what I do. You do the same thing. I end up pre-walling. Usually when a DH gets right up on you like that, they're always going to stun you and then start popping off. I end up lassoing them here. I'm going to use my burst. So I pre-hex, then I go for the burst dam. I use shift 3 and then double lasso or light bolt. Look at the dam. Unhealable damage. So instantaneously winning us the game like usual and an easy win. Now it was a really good swamp by the DH, but the priest decided not to click anything, and we got the W. So this situation to where anytime there two people are running at you at the same time, just instantly go and pop that wall out. Not your big wall. Always save that big wall for as low as possible. Usually around 50%. If you go below that, there's a really high chance you're still gonna die. So here I pre ground wall the good old fashioned hunt, and I use my burst here. As you can see, we get a huge burst damage here. This build, and by the way, I have no conquest gear. I think I have one piece. It's my neck piece, and I have no enchants. So if you had like all your pieces of conquest gear and your set gear, because I have no set. If you had everything you need right now, you're definitely hitting 100k lightning bolts, and that's back to back. They hit extremely hard right now. Overall, Rsham damage is incredibly strong. And overall, this guy didn't do bad for a low CR player. Um, Not bad at all. These games were actually really solid. Now, once we got to actual people that knew what they were doing, my guy got a little bit confused. He couldn't really do it. He couldn't do as much damage or even close to like an actual player that knew what he was doing. But overall, he did good enough to where we could win, and I respect it. Pretty much, this DH tries to go and beat us, but it's not gonna happen. So I basically still have my wall, so I end up walling here just in case. I end up using my burst dam, so I'm getting it off, and I didn't even have time to get the rest of it off. Now you can use Sky Fury with this. I usually don't, but if you have full gear and use Sky Fury with it, or whatever that it gives your spells 20% more damage. So here I use my burst. Look at the dam. 1, 2, so that's right through his karma. Now his karma's completely gone. So that's his entire karma. As you can see, we're doing their damage already with 2 lightning bolts, pretty easy. I end up using my lasso. Now you only want to trinket if it's necessary. Don't trinket anything, even if you know you're going to kill them. Don't even do it, because a lot of people mistake that and they end up just losing the game for the teammates. Like that's how I win versus people. They end up trying to kill my teammate, and I end up CCing them, and they end up trinketing. You want to hold trinket no matter what, even if you know you're going to win. Still hold trinket, just to be that guy, just to annoy them. So here, don't even trinket. Just hold it. Don't even trinket at all, even if you know he's going to die. Here's a situation where if a ret is if the rogue, as soon as that rogue opens, you're gonna instantly ground, and the ret is gonna 9 out of 10 times Hodge. So as soon as that rogue opens, he's gonna open right now. So we're gonna instantly ground right now. He ends up hodging into the ground, as you can see right there. So he hodges into the ground. They end up opening. You only need a trinket if you have to. I'm spamming my swap. Now that was a very scary situation, which I probably should have trinketed instantly instead of holding, but I was like, whatever, I'm going to hold. I'm going to be that guy. I end up using my spell to where I can't be kicked. I end up using my secondary wall because I'm taking unhealable damage from the ret and the rogue. I end up getting kicked. So apparently, I don't know what happened to my button that makes me non-kickable, but whatever. I guess I guess it only gives you one time. As you can see, I instantly get my burst off, and from 40 to 0 before he can get anything off, instantaneously just 40-0ing him with the lightning bolt. Now my lightning bolts hit for around 50 to 70 Ks right now, and this is with one piece of conquest gear, no enchants, no world quest gear, no 2-set, none of that. So this guy tries popping off here. I still have trinket. I'm gonna lightning lasso. Thankfully, lightning lasso doesn't DR with an actual stun, so my guy can instantly stun him off this, and pretty much the game's over. I still have Trinket left. At this point, he's dead, and it is a GG situation. But the rogue they did really good overall. I survived somehow without using Trinket. So godlike movement. And by the way, this is my basically first time playing Wrestle Shaman. So these are the first games. We went 9-1. The one game we lost was to a Arms Warrior Priest, and the Arms Warrior was just doing unhealable damage. And then the game lasted about 500 hours, unfortunately. But here we end up getting a good old-fashioned dub. Another rogue situation. Situation where you only trinket if two people are on you at the same time. So a cheap shot, he's not going to be able to kill me by himself, especially without blades. So he ends up popping blades, and you never really want to pop your blades on the opener, especially when you're playing with a windwalker that can use every button in the opener and get everything. So this guy mistakenly used all of his bursts on a cheap shot, which is a peekaboo move, which you don't want to do. You want to don't do it versus a healer unless you're doing it on a DPS. That's more like compatible. But here they end up, as you can see, the Windwalker uses unhealable dam here. I'm ended up doing as much damage as possible there, and we end up taking out this Windwalker real quick. Now, as you can see, I'm almost doing their guys' damage. The good thing about this build is it gets Karma instantly, so any Windwalkers that have Karma up, it's really good to counter Karma with this, because it instantly gets that Karma off. As you can see, the unhealable dam that we're doing, it's definitely going to get nerfed, or hopefully it does, because by the time we have full Conquest gear, Shamans will be able to 100 you. Like, I've casually 100 would people. Like, if they didn't have full gear, I 100 would them. I was hitting like 113k lightning bolts back to back. So it definitely, the damage wise, needs to get solved. I really don't want this to be a Shadowlands 2.0 situation, even though Shadowlands is better than Dragonflight so far. That I would say I think overall damage and healing is really bad, and it's just cringe. But that's just me. So here, I know they're going to open on me. Now, at this point, I'm going to lasso. We get trinket. At this point, I'm going to hex off my lasso. And now we got a full hex on his stun. I'm going to trinket the stun. The reason is the hunter is going to be able to easily kill me. Because the hunters nowadays are doing unhealable dam. I end up using my mini wall, my big wall. At this point, I'm unkillable. And we've already gotten trinket. Now, he does have his vendetta / death mark still. So he kidneys me here. DRs. That was the mistake. He DR kidneys me. And that basically loses him the game right here. Deathmark does unhealable. Look at the damage right here. Unhealable dam. I end up swapping before his bleeds get too much dam. Now I could have hold since I knocked them both off. Now knock's a really good button versus especially on this map. As you can see, the rogue tries to reopen at this point. You might as well give up, buddy. It's GG, no re-situation. I feel like Shaman healing overall is just really insanely good. Now, versus people with Mortal Strike, it does not do that good. I feel like any healer but Evoker and Wrestle Druid don't do good against anything like a Warrior or a DH. It's just, you can't heal, or an Assassination Rogue, you just can't heal through the Shiv or the MS. Here I end up getting his eyeball, my guy ends up stunning him. Now I'm going to try to hex off the stun if I can, so I hex. So apparently the Druid, I didn't even know he was running stun. Usually Druids will stun off CD to get that easy, kick. I end up using my burst here. As you can see, we end up getting 150 through bear form. So we got huge crits right there. We end up getting his strength for free. And like I said, this build is really strong, especially if you had gear. Like if you had full conquest gear right now, you had the 2-set, all that good stuff. Here I end up using my totem. I have to use up swapping here too. A lot of shamans end up mistaking using cooldowns. So I used to overuse cooldowns a lot of the times because I'd rather overuse cooldowns and live for another minute than just die right there. Because if I didn't swap there, he was dead. There was no other button I could have used. Even if I would have used my button that basically splashes around and heals, it just wouldn't help. So you just swap. Even though you use every cooldown, it is what it is. At this point, the druid's kind of sitting at 30%. I do have my big dam coming up in 15, actually 13 now. Now, like I said, if you are running Sky Fury with this and you have gear, I'm not really sure the damage, but I assume it's going to be massive. So now, the good thing about having Lasso is, see, this is why the Druid, I didn't think he had kick, is because he wasn't kicking my Lassos, and Lasso is one of my best cooldowns to, stop DPS from railing me all day and night. That was a little bit of a sus line, but it'd be alright. So here, I end up trying to fake cast, and I don't even know if I get kicked because I don't have, my nameplates aren't even showing on top of his head, so they aren't even telling me what cooldowns he's doing. I don't even need it anyway. I end up doing unhealable dam to him, as you can see. The X-Vic's always doing unhealable dam. At this point, I don't really renewish my I don't even know what it's called, so I just put it on my teammate, whatever that button's called. Like I said, I've been playing Rsham for basically, I played a little bit in Shadowlands, but not much. I played it for a couple of days. So I don't really know half these abilities. I'm just basically clicking random buttons, and that's all there is to it. I end up lassoing him and getting us the dub here like usual. And the DH forgot to use the kick button on me, and we end up getting the W. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think about this build. And let me know if any of you guys that are fully geared want to try it out, and let me know how it is, if it does more damage. I would assume that it does 100k plus lightning bolts if you have a gear, but you guys will have to prove me wrong. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and the build will be in the description. Peace.